Welcome back to my personal podcast or vlog, if you want to call it. Um, Beautiful day out here in Texas. I think it's maybe 70 degrees out here. Just a beautiful day. I'm actually filming this video outside for once. I'm usually in my car, which that seems to be where I get when I get most of my ideas, but I was just cutting up some sweet potatoes for a dish that I'm making, and I got this thought, and it's something that I wish I would have started doing a long time ago. Maybe even in high school, I wish I started doing this. But sometimes it's not always something that we are taught, like a lot of things in school. And there was a quote in the guide. I don't remember the guy's name, but he said, "I wish I would have served more people instead of serving myself." And it hit me, and I thought about it a little bit, and it was like, I kind of thought about it, and I was like, what does he mean? So how I interpret that, as far as serving other people instead of serving yourself or serving oneself, I think a lot of happiness can come from serving other people. So I'll give you an example. There's a lot of people that do um, volunteer work. They do mission work. Um, we even go as far as maybe foster care or starting a nonprofit business. And most of those situations, or most of those instances, are people that are serving others. And in this journey of finding what true happiness is and finding the true meaning of life, it kind of got me thinking, okay, maybe that's what he meant, is if we spend more time serving other people instead of serving ourselves, maybe we'll be happier. I think in this society that we live in, which from technology and social media and whatnot, I think we as a society have become, or we've taken an approach of I, me, but we never really think about how or what can we do to help somebody else. Now I won't put everybody in that circle of I, me, or being selfish, but for the majority of the people that I run into, it is about them, instead of somebody else. So something that I've started doing, one, with these videos that I put out, and that has become my purpose or my mission. I don't know if that's my ultimate or quote unquote real mission, or I don't really know what the word I'm looking for, but I think we can find more happiness in trying to help others and trying to lift others, instead of spending or focusing so much time on what's in it for us. Within my own business, there are times where I'll do something for free. I'm not getting paid for what I'm doing, in those specific cases, but it isn't about money initially. Sometimes it's more about, how can I get somebody to trust or believe in what I'm doing? Well, sometimes the first thing you have to do is provide value, because most times people aren't going to buy or purchase something that they don't trust and they don't find that it brings them value. So how can we use that in our everyday lives? Well, think about it when we meet people. How can you provide that person with value without having a hidden agenda of, what's in it for me? There's sometimes people will form relationships just to use that other person for the resources that they have. Now, if you do that, kudos to you. But we should take more of an approach of what can we learn from other people, how can we help other people, and ultimately, how can us helping someone else make us happier. And I think that when we help others, it takes a lot of pressure off of ourselves of living this quote unquote perfect life. If you help other people, usually, like I said before, things come back tenfold, and we don't have to worry about trying to establish ourselves in a perfect position. You put enough good out in the world, and all that comes back. And a topic that or an idea that I've been kind of diving into is vibrational frequencies, because I think subconsciously we pick up on vibrations. We can sense somebody else's, or I think the quote or the line you always hear is, how's that person vibe with you, or how's that person connect with you. I think it's all based off of vibrations, and we can feel that. So if there's somebody that's genuinely authentic and is about serving other people and is about your well-being, you can typically pick up on that. And if they're not, you usually pick up on that within seconds. I mean, I've met a guy before. We were trying to do some business. This was a couple months ago, and I was in a meeting. I think it was Starbucks. I was in a meeting with one person, and I didn't know who the guy was because I was meeting him for the first time. I kind of remembered what his picture looked like, and as soon as I shook his hand, there was just something off. And as we got deeper and deeper into our conversation, he babbled on, I think it may have been 30 or 40 minutes about himself. So I'm already turned off at that point because he made that situation about himself instead of making it about how can he help and what can he provide, or listening to my story, because essentially that's what we're meeting for, was some marketing work. And he was just bragging about himself. And then he also threw in something that I didn't really appreciate. He was talking about a group of people that I didn't appreciate. And so right off the bat, from shaking his hand, I got a bad vibe from him. It just, something was off. And so that's what I mean is if you go into things thinking about what's in it for you, most times you're not really getting the true value out of whatever you're doing. If you go into it thinking about what can I do for this situation that I'm in, or what can I do for this organization, how can I help them, usually you get the value that you're looking for, and you leave as a winner. So it's a win-win situation. So that's just something for you to think about, is, as we began this video, is serve other people instead of focusing on always serving yourself or oneself. As always, I'd like to hear what you think about this video. Leave comments below. I'm always one to learn, and I always would like to see what people think, because there is no one right answer, and my definition of serving other people is completely different than what maybe 10 other people think. So I'm always here to learn. Like I said, there's no right or wrong answer, and I encourage people to engage with this video by leaving comments, because at the end of the day, I'm here to serve you. I'm here to grow with you. But I also want this to be a platform where you're comfortable with engaging. These flies out here. Comfortable with engaging. So on top of that, click the like button on this video, share it with somebody that you may know, and be sure to follow me on Instagram at KOATSC for more inspiration and motivation. Until then, we'll talk soon.